Hello, this is Matt from Demang Media, and welcome to a quick tutorial on getting started with your Google Apps Gmail account. And this tutorial will cover basically a quick overview of how to use Gmail for Google Apps and where to get some of the features and functionality from your new Gmail account. So what we're going to do to cover this off, we're going to start from the top left and work to the bottom right as far as an overview of the interface goes, where you can find things. So when you log into your Google Apps account, you can log into that through any Google service. So for instance, if you wanted to deal with email, just go to gmail.com, put your full email address, so that would be your full Google Apps email address, and your password, and log in, and that will bring you to this page. When you're logged in, you'll see your company logo. If you've done Google Apps with us, we would have already set up your company logo, or if you haven't, then you've set it up yourself, you can replace that in your Google Apps control panel. But you'll see your company logo, you'll see the Google bar across the top. This is basically links to all the applications in your Google Apps service, as well as links to any other marketplace apps that you might have installed, or other Google services that you're subscribed to. And then you have your logo. Nice thing about the logo is if you're ever in any section of Google Apps, a folder, a label, as Google Apps calls them, or Google calls them, a label, email message, that kind of thing, and you want to get back to your inbox, you can always just click the logo and that'll bring you right back, or of course your inbox icon there, and it'll bring you right back. Then you have the search bar, and depending on your setup, you can search different subjects, has words, doesn't have, has attachment, dates, those types of things right in here. You can search specific labels that you might have, your mail, your trash, those types of things right in there. Or you can just go ahead and type a search item right there and hit the big blue button, and you're in there. Okay? So that's that row. Then we're working across here. This little icon here, or text icon, that says Mail. If you hit the little arrow, that gives you an option to get to the other services within Gmail, which is Contacts and Tasks. So that's how you would access those features, and we'll get into shortcut keys and stuff later, but for now that would be the quickest way for most users. This box here allows you to select a number of messages at once. So I could select all, and you can see that those are all highlighted. None, and then that disappears. And you'll notice some buttons show up. So when I select a message, it gives you an option to deal with how you want to treat that message right from your inbox. So for cleaning up and stuff. We'll get to that in a sec. This here is refresh, so if you're waiting for an email, you can refresh. And then your More tab, which is basically depending on whether you have messages selected or no messages, but you have unread messages here, your only options are those. If you were in sort of a label that had more than your count of messages that you allow to display at any one time, which is, I think by default is 25, this would allow you to page to older messages or newer messages. And then the gear icon, which kind of matches this gear icon up in the top right here, is basically gets you into some of your settings for Gmail. And we will cover that in a sec, but that's what that icon is. Now we have our big compose message, very straightforward. You hit that to make a new message. Then you have what is called system labels. So these labels here are labels that that Gmail uses. So inbox, starred, sorry, slow down a bit there, important, sent mail, drafts, and then you have a couple of other system labels as well. Chats, all mail, spam, and trash. So those ones are hidden. You can actually display those if you wanted, and we'll deal with displaying labels afterwards, but you can click that and it'll filter as well. So that's your chat label. We'll go back to our inbox, and then again we have just that More tab. We can look in spam right away. Again, click the icon or logo, and that brings us back to our inbox. This is a display of the messages that are currently in whatever label you happen to be in. So if I was in starred, or if I was in important, that's basically, this is your preview box. Okay? And then any of your custom labels would be displayed in here as well. So any labels that either have been imported into your Google migration, or labels that you have created to deal with your email would now display below these system labels. That it covers labels. And then in the bottom, this is something that's been new for Gmail, is this new look, and that is where is your chat box. Your chat box is kind of hidden, which is kind of nice, and some Google Apps accounts will not have chat enabled. So if chat's not enabled, that won't be here at all. But if it is enabled, you'll see this little bubble icon. You can click that, and that'll bring your chat box up, and you can chat with people or use the call phone feature, which is in Gmail built in, and you can actually dial a landline within your Google Apps account.